Dr. Terry Dubrow gives update on Brandi Glanville face Parasite. Brandi Glanville has been going through a rough time recently. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alumni let fans know last year that she had a mystery illness. She said doctors told her it might be a parasite in her face, and she showed terrifying photos of what it caused. She soon turned to botched star Dr. Terry Dubrow for help. Dubrow attended Cure Addiction Now's inaugural fundraising evening this week. While there, he was asked about Brandi and gave a big update on her condition. Here is what you need to know. Dr. Terry Dubrow says Brandi Glanville does not have a parasite. When Brandi Glanville announced her mystery affliction to her fans, she said doctors told her it might be a parasite. However, Dubrow noted that is not the case. She said she did lab work that cost $10,000 and ran every test under the sun. She then turned to Dubrow. She has to figure out if there's a microorganism in there, Dubrow said, via Us Weekly. It's not going to be a parasite, it's not going to be something she ate, it's going to be from something that got into her bloodstream. However, he said they still have to figure this out quickly. Dubrow said they did biopsies in January, and it takes a few weeks to get results back. With that in mind, he said Brandi is like a ticking time bomb. He says that as long as the microorganism remains in her skin, it will cause damage and she will suffer for it. It could be more difficult to treat, and she could form more scars and more nodules, Dubrow said. So Brandi needs a diagnosis. She probably needs a surgical intervention to get a piece of tissue and figure out what's going on. What is next for Brandi Glanville? Dr. Dubrow said that when they get the results of the biopsies back, they will know the plan of attack. I think once we get a diagnosis and we get a treatment plan, that we can get on the other side of it, he said. According to the doctor, they will know a lot more in the next few weeks. He also asked for people to leave Brandi at peace concerning this scary situation. I can tell you something. Brandi has been significantly affected by whatever this mysterious illness is, and I'm trying to help her, he said. He also said that she has been brave and tough. Dr. Dubrow asked for people to give her grace. He also said that he is always in contact with the Real Housewives star, and they text frequently, hoping to get to the other side of the affliction. For Brandi, she already mentioned the biopsies and said it was painless. She said they just need to wait. What are your thoughts on Brandi Glanville and her mysterious affliction? Do you think Dr. Dubrow can get it fixed without any more damage to Brandi's skin? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Dr. Terry Dubrow clarifies, no parasite found. When Glanville first spoke out about her health scare, she shared shocking photos of her inflamed and swollen face, prompting widespread concern from her followers. Initial medical opinions suggested that she might have contracted a parasite, leading her to undergo a series of expensive lab tests, totaling up to $10,000. Despite the extensive testing, no definitive diagnosis emerged. In a recent interview at Cure Addiction Now's inaugural fundraising evening, Dr. Dubrow provided a major update on Glanville's condition. She has to figure out if there's a microorganism in there, Dubrow explained. It's not going to be a parasite, it's not going to be something she ate, it's going to be from something that got into her bloodstream. This revelation ruled out a parasitic infection, but the exact cause of her symptoms remains a mystery. What is clear, however, is that the longer the unidentified microorganism stays in her skin, the more damage it could cause. The urgency of a diagnosis. Dr. Dubrow emphasized that time is of the essence when dealing with this condition. Without prompt intervention, Glanville risks developing permanent scars, nodules, and further skin damage. It could be more difficult to treat, and she could form more scars and more nodules, he warned. So Brandi needs a diagnosis. She probably needs a surgical intervention to get a piece of tissue and figure out what's going on. In January, biopsies were taken to help pinpoint the root cause of her symptoms. Dubrow confirmed that the results of these tests would take a few weeks to process, but once the medical team has the necessary information, they can formulate an effective treatment plan. A brave fight against an unknown threat. As she awaits her biopsy results, Glanville has displayed remarkable resilience. Despite the physical and emotional toll this health crisis has taken, she has remained hopeful, even expressing relief that the biopsy process was painless. Still, the uncertainty of her condition looms large. Dr. Dubrow, who remains in frequent contact with Glanville, reassured fans that she is receiving the best possible care. He also urged the public to show her compassion during this difficult time. "I can tell you something. Brandi has been significantly affected by whatever this mysterious illness is, and I'm trying to help her," he stated. "She has been brave and tough. Give her grace." Glanville's openness about her struggle has sparked discussions among fans and medical professionals alike. Many have expressed their support on social media, wishing her a speedy recovery and hoping for a breakthrough in her diagnosis. What's next for Brandi Glanville? Once the biopsy results are in, Dubrow and his team will determine the best course of action. Whether the solution involves medication, surgery, or another form of medical intervention, the goal is clear: to eliminate the microorganism and prevent further damage. "I think once we get a diagnosis and we get a treatment plan, that we can get on the other side of it," Dubrow assured. The waiting game is undoubtedly the hardest part for Glanville and her supporters, but there is hope that an answer is within reach. For now, the Real Housewives alum is focused on staying strong, trusting the expertise of her medical team, and keeping her fans updated as she continues this challenging journey. A community rallies behind her. Brandi Glanville's health scare has not only raised awareness about unexplained medical conditions, but has also showcased the unwavering support of her fan base. Messages of encouragement have flooded social media, with many hoping that Dr. Dubrow's expertise will lead to a resolution before lasting damage occurs. Her story is a reminder of the importance of persistence in medical diagnosis, as well as the power of community support in times of adversity. As the world awaits further updates, one thing is certain: Brandi Glanville is not facing this battle alone.